everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Alex and today I am bringing you my March TBR. Now March is a pretty exciting month. I actually turn 25 at the end of March, so that is a big milestone that we are hitting. But as far as reading goes, I don't have a ton planned right off the bat. I have a few books that are kind of floating around that I might be interested in, but nothing that I am completely sold on at the moment. February has been a little bit of a slower reading month. I've been a lot more into TV and movies this month, which is totally okay by me, but I am hoping to kind of ramp up my reading again in March. So before we get into the video, if you're new here and you're not already, please be sure to go down to the subscribe button and the bell icon down below so that you never miss out on any of my content. And without further ado, let's get started. I do have one arc that I'm going to be reading in the month of March, and that is What I Like About Me by Jenna G. I have no idea how to pronounce her last name, so I'm not going to butcher it. Now, the synopsis on this book on Goodreads is a little bit brief and kind of vague, but from what I can gather, it follows our main character Maisie, who is 16 years old, and it takes place throughout the summer. She has been assigned a homework journal kind of thing for the summer months, and she is writing in it. Her summer is kind of going from bad to worse, but she winds up kind of using it to her advantage and not letting anything hold her back, and she kind of flips it on its head and learns to love herself. It sounds like it's going to be a cute YA contemporary. I do believe that this is already out in a few other places around the world, but it's not releasing in America until April 1st, so I will be reading the arc in March. The one other book that I know for sure that I'm going to be reading in the month of March is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. This is the third book in the Harry Potter series. Everybody knows I have been reading these books as slow but steady reads throughout the first couple months of the year, and so March I'm on to the third book in the series. This is one that I do not remember a whole lot about. I think that I have either only seen the movie once or maybe never, and I do not remember hardly anything about the book, but I know so many people who say this is their favorite book in the series, so I'm really intrigued to pick this one up. Those are the only two books that I know for sure that I'm going to be reading in the month of March. There are obviously going to be more books that I come up with throughout the month. I'm going to be participating in the backlist readathon, so hopefully when I pull from my TBR jar here in a second, some of those books can fit into some of those challenges. I'm also going to need to pick out a new release from the last 3 months to read throughout the month of March. So those are just some things that are going to be popping up. I'm about to draw for my TBR jars next, and hopefully some of those will fit into those challenges. So I am going to first draw from my series jar. So if you guys haven't seen me pull from this before, essentially inside this jar are all kinds of slips of paper with the names of series that I have not yet completed, and whichever one that I pull from, I'm either going to have to read the next book in the series or reread the book that I'm on and then also reread the next book, just depending on how I feel about the series. If I need that much of a refresher, you know how it goes. So let's dig in and see. I hope that I don't have to reread a book. Let's find out. Okay, we've got Shades of Magic. So in the month of March, I will be reading A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab, which is the third and final book in the Shades of Magic trilogy. Now, this is one that a ton of people have known and loved. I have obviously read the first two books in the series and very much enjoyed them. V.E. Schwab is an author that is really hit or miss for me, but these books have been really good and fun to read, so I'm definitely going to be continuing. I don't think that I'm going to have to reread the second book. I do already remember a lot of what's happened, but I will definitely read a very detailed synopsis before I jump into this third and final novel. I think a lot of people already know what the series is about, but if you don't know, it essentially follows the two main characters, Kel and Lila, and they live in this society where there are parallel Londons. There's London that is just like ours, and there's a London that is steeped in magic, and another London that was destroyed by magic, and another London that I think maybe has just a little bit, and Kel is the only person, supposedly, that can travel between these parallel Londons, and it takes them on this crazy adventure. Next, I'm going to be picking from my genre jar. This one has some genres that I don't read that often that I want to get more into. Whatever genre I pick out of here, I'm going to be selecting 3 books from that genre to read throughout the month of March. Now in February, I got adult fantasy, so that is the one genre that I'm hoping I don't get, and if I do get it, I'm going to be drawing again. So let's see what we get this time. Adult romance. Now that I can handle. So the first one that I'm going to be picking up for this category is The Bromance Book Club by Lisa K. Adams. So this book follows our main character Gavin, who is a Nashville baseball player, so I'm already interested in it because I live in Tennessee. But Gavin's marriage is struggling. They are really kind of in a bad place with each other, and he finds out that his wife has been faking it in the bedroom, and that is kind of the final straw. His wife asks for a divorce, and he kind of gets a wake-up call. So he winds up getting into this book club with some of his male friends where they're all reading these romance novels to try to understand women better. I've heard countless good things about this novel since it was published last year, and it just sounds like it's gonna be a cute and funny and heartwarming kind of romance that I am really interested in. I'm gonna put this one on the list, but it might be pushing it because it doesn't come out until the very end of March, but I'm going to go ahead and put The Honey Don't List by Christina Lauren on this list. This book follows our main character, Carrie, who works for this home renovation design couple, kind of a la Chip and Joanna Gaines, and they are about to go on this book tour together promoting the couple's book. But the kicker is that this celebrity couple cannot stand each other, so Carrie has to navigate how to make sure that they don't kill each other while she's on this tour with them. On this book tour, they also have James, who works as the structural engineer for this couple. So Carrie and James are the ones that are trying to keep the couple from killing each other, and then they also fall in love in the process. I'm interested in this one, but I am going in cautiously optimistic because Christina Lauren is really hit or miss for me. I loved The Unhoneymooners, but the other two books that I've read from them haven't been as stellar. So again, cautiously optimistic. And last on here, I'm gonna put The Flatshare by Beth O'Leary. So this book follows our characters Tiffy and Leon, and they share a flat, but they are never in it at the same time. So one of the characters works days and is home at night, and the other character works nights and is home during the day. So they live in the same apartment while the other person's not there. They share everything, they share the same bed, and I think they wind up writing notes back and forth to each other, and that's how they communicate whenever the other person's not home, and I assume that they're gonna wind up falling in love. So this one sounds really interesting again, but this one has not gotten the best reviews from people that I watch on BookTube, so just like with the Christina Lauren one, I'm going into this cautiously optimistic. So that is it for my official TBR, but I will just really quickly throw out a couple books that I think I might be reading throughout the month of March. Way back when, probably close to 6 months ago now, I posted a 5-star predictions video, so I listed 5 books that I thought I was gonna get 5 stars, and to date I have only read 2 of the books that are on that list, so I'd really like to wrap that up in the month of March. So the first book I have on the list is The Toll by Neil Shusterman. Yeah, this is a chunker, so I'm hoping that this is gonna be just as good as the first 2 books in the trilogy. If you don't know, the Art of the Scythe trilogy is a set in an alternative universe, in a utopian society in the future where we have conquered death, nothing can kill anybody anymore, no disease, no natural disasters, no car crashes, no anything like that. So the society has made these people scythes to kill off people, keep population under control, and it goes from there. This is one of my favorite series of all time. You guys probably know that, and a lot of you guys have probably read and loved it. Cannot believe that I have not read this yet. It was my most anticipated release of 2019. We're now going into March of 2020. I still haven't read it yet, so I really want to get on this one soon. Another book on my 5-star predictions list was All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. To be honest, I know very little about this book other than it is a World War II historical fiction novel. Those are things that, again, kind of hit or miss for me, but I've heard really good things about this one. It is backlist, so I think that I'm going to be reading it for the backlist readathon, so hopefully I can fit this one in as well. And then last on that list was Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. Now, this book I have heard a lot compared to A Man Called Uwe and The Bookish Life of Nina Hill. Those are both books that I really enjoyed, so I'm hoping that I'm gonna love this one as well. It essentially follows our main character, Eleanor, who lives a quiet life. She's a little bit awkward, but she likes things the way that they are, and she winds up meeting this guy, and he brings her out of her shell, blah, blah, blah. So hopefully this is going to be just as good as everybody says it is. So that is it for my March TBR. It was a little bit all over the place, but that is okay. If you do want to keep up with my reading in real time to see if I actually follow this TBR, you can follow me on Instagram. That is where I update in real time what I'm reading every single day. That link is in the description, as it always is, if you want to go follow me there. So that's it for my March TBR. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let me know some books that you plan to read in the month of March. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to go down and give it a big thumbs up, as well as hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon down below so that you never miss out on any of my content. So until next time, bye!